Have you ever felt frustrated or discouraged due to communication barriers or poor relationships with others? In our daily lives and work, we constantly interact with various people, such as colleagues, clients, family members, and friends. However, at times, we may encounter communication and relationship issues that cause us trouble and distress. If you are interested in learning how to improve your communication skills and interpersonal relationships, then you must not miss my video. Based on the key points from How to Win Friends and Influence People, I will share some very practical tips to help you better understand yourself and others and express yourself more effectively. This will enhance your emotional intelligence and social skills. My channel is dedicated to cultivating traits for success. Remember to subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, and open the door to personal growth for yourself. Improving interpersonal relationships. Key point 1. How to win friends and influence people. Sincerely express appreciation and interest. In the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, sincere expression of appreciation and attention is emphasized as a crucial part of interpersonal relationships. Whether it's with friends, colleagues, or even intimate partners, people always crave recognition and praise from others. Sometimes, we get too used to the people around us giving and doing things for us, and we forget to express our genuine appreciation and gratitude. For example, with a partner, they may do things for you every day without fail. But have you ever seriously told them how much you appreciate and are grateful for their efforts? Of course, when expressing appreciation and attention, the manner and tone of delivery are crucial. It needs to be sincere and not fake, and delicate without being artificial. Also, timing and context need to be taken into account. Choosing an appropriate time and place to express your appreciation and attention will make your words more convincing. Here are some examples of how you could express your appreciation and attention. When you wake up every morning, your partner may have already prepared coffee or breakfast for you. You can take this opportunity to express your gratitude. I love it when you cook breakfast for me every day. Things that you don't like or are not good at, such as cleaning the room or doing laundry, you should express your gratitude even more. You can tell them directly, "I know these are some annoying tasks, but thank you for doing them for us." Believe me, the power of appreciation and gratitude is enormous and can help you build a closer and happier relationship. Improving interpersonal relationships. Key 2. Learn to listen. We speak to people every day, but do you really understand what others are saying? When a child shares their feelings with you, a friend talks about their life, or a colleague discusses their struggles, you may appear to be listening, but in reality, you're just thinking about what to say next. Is that correct? Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, emphasizes that listening is a crucial aspect of interpersonal communication, but we often neglect it. Listening is not just about hearing what the other person is saying, it's also about understanding the meaning behind their words. This requires us to focus our attention and avoid distractions, such as looking at our phones, interrupting, or criticizing the other person. Doing so may make them feel undervalued, which can ultimately lead to estrangement. In addition to giving time and attention, you can use positive body language to convey that you're listening, such as smiling, looking into the other person's eyes, and nodding. These actions will help your friends feel that you care about them and their stories. If you need to confirm that you understand what the other person is saying, you can ask questions to express your interest and concern. Listening is a necessary process. When your friend is going through a difficult time, sharing their story can help them feel better and show them that you value them, because you're willing to spend time caring about their emotions. I have a good sister whom I've known for more than 20 years since we started school. We're both busy with work and life. One day, I experienced something unpleasant and wanted to talk to her about it. However, she was also very busy taking care of her newborn baby. I called her and told her I was unhappy about something, and she took the time to meet me that evening. This really warmed my heart because she was willing to take the time to listen to my story. Do you understand now? Improving interpersonal relationships. Key point 3 of how to win friends and influence people is to avoid criticism and blame. Do you have a habit of criticizing and blaming others when interacting with them? This principle applies to any kind of interpersonal relationship, especially in family relationships, and particularly when interacting with children. How to Win Friends and Influence People emphasizes that criticism and blame not only fail to solve problems, but also make things worse and have a very negative impact on children. Parents often criticize their children's bad behavior, but this approach does not make the child better. On the contrary, it can make the child feel disrespected and even lead to doubts about their own worth. Those who criticize children often only see the surface of the problem and do not understand the root cause. This approach is not acceptable. One family had conflict due to their son's poor academic performance. The mother often blamed her son for not working hard enough, even scolding him when she was angry. This made the son feel disappointed and inferior and had negative emotions towards his mother. After reading How to Win Friends and Influence People, the mother began to change her attitude. She started asking about her son's progress and whether he needed help and support. When her son had a problem, she no longer criticized him, but encouraged him to think about solutions. In this communication process, the son felt the mother's support and encouragement, became more proactive in his studies, and the mother also felt her own growth. She expressed more appreciation and concern, and they built a better parent-child relationship. This example tells us that avoiding criticism and blame is an important step in building a good relationship. We should learn to respect others in communication, listen to their thoughts and feelings, and give them sincere care and support. This kind of communication can establish positive emotional connections, enhance mutual understanding and trust, and ultimately help us build healthier and better interpersonal relationships. 4 key points to improve interpersonal relationships in How to Win Friends and Influence People. Control your emotions. Remember, expressing emotions is instinctual, but controlling them is a skill. How to Win Friends and Influence People emphasizes that controlling emotions is a crucial skill in interpersonal relationships, especially when dealing with complex relationships in the workplace. Let me give you a real example. I used to have a colleague who had very low emotional intelligence. She would find every opportunity to berate people, and honestly, she was exhausting to be around. I didn't really like her, but since we worked together, I had to see her every day. However, just because she had low emotional intelligence didn't mean that I had to sink to her level. Just because she was rude and said hurtful things didn't mean that I had to do the same. I knew that I was different from her. Every time I encountered her and she was in a bad mood, I would try my best not to engage with her directly. Even if she was insulting me, I would ignore her. I told myself that if I fought back, I would be stooping to her level and falling into her trap. So I usually just remained silent. Some people might say that it's silly to not say anything and be bullied by her. But I ask, why is it silly? If a dog barks at you on the street, do you have to bark back? Do you understand now? You need to know when to compromise, when to speak up, and when to remain silent. For example, when you feel angry or frustrated, don't respond immediately, as this may make the situation worse. Instead, try to calm down and think about the best way to handle the situation. When you start to feel upset or angry, stop and ask yourself what is making you feel this way. Try to find an effective way to release your emotions, such as sitting quietly in a quiet place, going for a walk, talking to friends or family, or doing exercise, etc. Another effective technique is to learn how to control your breathing. When you feel emotionally unstable, deep breathing can help you relax and reduce stress. You can also keep a small ball on your desk and squeeze it tightly while taking deep breaths. If you really feel like your emotions are getting out of control, the best thing to do is to temporarily remove yourself from the situation and take a break. When you come back, you may find that your emotions have become more stable. The 5 key points of improving interpersonal relationships in How to Win Friends and Influence People. Learn to start with you. If you always use I to start your sentences, it's easy for the other person to understand you as self-centered, selfish, commanding, or critical, which can lead to resentment. On the contrary, learn to use you to start your sentences, expressing your thoughts and feelings from the other person's perspective and feelings rather than just focusing on yourself. This can make the other person feel respected and understood, establishing a deeper relationship. In the workplace, for example, if you are discussing an important issue with a colleague and you only say, "I don't agree with this plan," it's likely to cause resentment and resistance. But if you say, "Your plan looks interesting, but we also need to consider some other factors," doesn't that sound more comfortable? At the same time, it makes the other person feel valued and respected. For example, if you feel that your partner is unhappy with your life, you can say, "I hope you can care about me. I really need your support now." But this use of "I" may make the other person feel accused or pressured. If you change it to, "You always care about me. I really need your support now," it may make the other person feel appreciated and loved, making it easier for them to accept your requests and needs. Now that you've learned it, improving interpersonal relationships and communication skills is really not difficult. Just remember the 5 key points in How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to get more information on personal growth, I strongly recommend subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell and stay ahead of others in your personal growth. Thank you for watching. See you next time.